crashing down and in the rain. All things are burning up in flames. We're going under, bang bang like.
Now, the potential for minion builds in Warframe right now is absolutely great. Nekros, Caliban, Inros, or maybe even the Volt, Desiccate, Kitty build if you know what that is. This is a new aura called Summoner's Wrath, and it buffs your companion and your summoned damage by 75%, which is a lot. And after the recent companion rework, some of those companions already hit really hard, like the Sunica, the Charger, the Predicites, but now this mod will increase their damage even more, while also increasing the damage of summoned minions. Now this is also a new arcane called Arcane Camisado. It buffs your summoned minions' movement speed by 20%, but attacks from those summoned minions will also give it a scaling power strength buff up to 60% for your Warframe. This 60%, however, resets after you cast an ability, which sounds really bad, right? That makes it sound bad. However, with Nekros especially, you will gain that 60% power strength buff back almost instantly because of his shadows constantly attacking. The same goes for Caliban. So the aura mod alone will boost your companion damage, never mind the summoned minions for a second. This is it on my Sunica, the damage it is throwing out now. Summoner's Wrath will drop off Scaldra Eradicators or Barbicans, and the Arcane can drop as a reward from missions like the the Assassinate mission, or you can buy it off Eleanor in the Halvania Mall for Hex Standing. Now I wonder, does the aura stack? I'm pretty sure it does, like other auras, it should anyway, but I would imagine what this would look like with 4 players all having this as their aura mod. I can't test it because I've got no friends, which is something I'm sure all of you can relate to. But if there is a chance that maybe one of you out there has got some friends and you're able to test it with 4 other players, let me know how damn good it is. Now, the big question, I guess, when using this aura mod for the summoned minions or even for the arcane is, what does Warframe itself classify as an actual summon and what does it not classify as a summon, so that you know what you can use these mods and arcanes on and what's not going to benefit from it. So summons are created by a Warframe or their abilities, like Ash's Bladestorm, Atlas's Rumblers, Korra's Vinari, Inros's Scarab Swarm, Nekros's Shadows, Caliban's Lethal Progeny. You get the idea, you can see them on screen right now. Now what doesn't classify as minions are things like Nyx's Mind Controls, the Hound's Diversified Denial Precept, Duplex Bond Summons, Nidus's Maggots, Tesla Nervos, Spectres, or On Crew Call, which you can call in, Carl and his buddies, or radiation affected enemies. Basically, summons are abilities or mods, and non-summons are manipulated enemies, deployed entities, or a passive effect. Now, when it comes to what the game classifies as a companion, it is basically Sentinels, Kubros, Kavats, Moas, Predicites, Vulpaphilas, and of course your robotic hounds. Now, there was only really one Warframe that I wanted to check these out on, and that of course is my Nekros. I wanted to look at Nekros since he's arguably one of the best frames in the game thanks to Desecrate, which makes farming resources an absolute breeze in the game where farming resources is a requirement. Now, Nekros is almost also damn near invincible with the right build. My build has 90% damage reduction, health scaling thanks to Arcane Blessing, bonus armor, viral buffs, endless energy and health orbs, 100% armor strip, and of course that extra loot to go with it. Plus, his ghostly minions can absorb incoming damage, can distract enemies, and now kill for you thanks to the damage buff that they are getting, especially if you can get more than one Jade Light Eximus unit as your shadows for your Nekros. I think I had 4 of them at one point in this run on Mott, and they absolutely burned everything that they could alive. Now, I do have Nourish also on my Nekros. Now, it's not an ability I like to use on many Warframes because I kind of see it as the safe option, because it is, well, if you don't know what to subsume on it, feck it, just put Nourish on because you know it's going to work. But on a Shield of Shadows Nekros, it's, I'm not going to say almost a requirement because you can build whoever the hell you want, but it is that good that it would be a little bit silly not to at least try it out. Now, viral procs with his shadows basically trigger off your minions. Whenever they get hit, they will give off that viral explosion, spreading viral to anything inside its radius. So it is definitely worth having, as well as, I guess, the viral damage they're going to be dealing as well. Now, this is my current Nekros minion build, okay? I am using the new aura mod, which is Summoner's Wrath, 75% companion and minion damage. I've also got the new Arcane Camisado, which is going to give me that 20% movement speed for those minions, while also giving me 60% bonus power strength as well. I've also got health conversion, which is going to give me up on 1350 bonus armor. Shield of Shadows is going to give me 90% damage reduction. However, you need 214% power strength for that. Arcane Camisado is going to bring me up to get that. I've also got Cunning Drift for range. I've also got Despoil for loot, which is going to use my health instead of energy. I don't have Primed Flow, so I do have a rather low energy amount. I've got Archon Stretch. Now, this will trigger if you're using the Deriga Sentinel with its, I think it's Arcoil ability. When it zaps enemies, it will basically give you energy back. However, if you can get any of those Shock Eximus units, the electric ones with the electric balls, they will also trigger this for you as well. So if you don't have this or you don't want to use this, you can use the normal stretch instead. Now, Arcane Blessing is going to scale my health up by an extra 1200, which is why I don't have any health mods on. I do have an Archon Shard, however. On top of this, I've got Prime Continuity for duration. Transient Fortitude and Umbral Intensify are giving me up to 209% power strength, which is almost enough for 90% damage reduction. Now, the good thing about this is, especially with Arcane Camisado, it's going to be constantly hitting that 60% power strength buff, which means it's going to give me more of a benefit from using Nourish, which means I can cast this every time it's off cooldown, and I can also cast it to refresh my Shield of Shadows in order to give it the most amount possible to give me that 214%, which is 90% damage reduction. Now, my Archon Shards on my Nekros are just the basic ones, right? I've got 2 Health Archon Shards, I've got Power Strength, I've got Effectiveness of Health Orbs, and I guess Effectiveness of Health Orbs as well. I could probably, and I will, change these out for cast speed. Now, if you're wondering what my Sunica build was for this footage as well, it is this. I have got Duplex Bond. However, the clones from this don't work or don't get their damage scaled off that aura mod, or well, actually no, they don't get their movement speed done with the arcane either. I will be getting plenty of energy orbs, however, from this, and I will be getting plenty of health orbs from this as well, which are going to play off the Equilibrium mod that I have. And because I'm using Desecrate, I'm going to get even more health and energy orbs as well. Now, one of the cool things I noticed while running this setup was your minions are killing enemies so fast, and they're also killing Eximus units so fast, and your companion as well, that if your companion gets downed, it will almost or instantly get revived because of the amount of, I guess, kill potential that your minions now have. And this will go from being dead on the ground to straight back up almost in the blink of an eye. You won't have to revive it at all. This is the claw build that I have on my Sunica. It is pretty much the, I guess, the basic claw build that most of us are using on a lot of our pet companions right now, or our beast companions. So that's pretty much my Necromancer in all his farming glory. A near unstoppable tank, a loot generating machine. His minions put some serious work in, as well as your companions. But try to build out yourself, tweak it to your own liking. Let me know what works for you. Let me know in the comment section below what you've decided to go with in terms of a minion setup, whether you're using Caliban, whether you're using maybe Cora, whether you're using Volt and I guess the Desiccate Augment from Inros to summon all of those kitties and spread that electric all around the place. Have a great day either way, have a great week, and as always, thanks for watching.